That could not have gone worse. That was the worst draw. That is the worst possible draw that Chelsea could have got. I am genuinely gutted. The only team that I wanted Chelsea to avoid was Real Madrid. I wasn't particularly intimidated by anyone else. Obviously, if possible, avoid Man City. That would be good. We've already played them so many times this season, and if it goes as I kind of hope it does now, we're going to end up playing Manchester City 6 times this season. It's unjust. It's so unjust. But the only two teams that I was genuinely slightly concerned about, Real Madrid, I'm full of fear. I'm full of trepidation. They are European royalty. They are spectacular in Europe. They are the very definition of European football. They are so impressive. And how people have the audacity to snide at Zinedine Zidane, who won 3 in a row, I do not understand. It is an exceptional, remarkable achievement. And the spirit of the Bernabeu, Los Blancos, in that white kit, it's so intimidating. It's so representative of European football. From Cristiano Ronaldo back to Alfredo Di Stefano, they are Europe. So swerve them, please, swerve them. Nobody else. Don't worry about anyone else. Manchester City, dazzling team, European insignificance. Bayern Munich, brilliant team. I thought they were very good against Paris Saint-Germain, but context is key. By the end of that game, Paris Saint-Germain had 2 17-year-olds on the pitch. Do you know what I mean? Like, context is key. Just avoid Real. How's your luck? How is your luck? I can't believe it. There were so many teams in this group. You know, it's a very weird year for the Champions League because I think over the past years, there've always been at least 1 or 2 clear favourites. You look at the teams in the Champions League at this stage and you go, there's 1 or 2 clear favourites. This year, it feels slightly different. So if the draw was kind to us, as it was for, say, Napoli, you think, oh, wow, we could actually do this. There is a chance that we could actually do this because there isn't that obvious standout team. You know, there are a lot of very good teams. There are some dazzling players, and some of the fixtures coming up that we are fortunate enough to be able to watch are going to be magnificent. But I felt like the Champions League is sort of there for anyone this year because there isn't that standout candidate. So just avoid Real Madrid. Just avoid Real Madrid. And instead of that, that is who we are going to play in the last 8. It's so unfortunate playing against the defending champions, a team that knocked us out last year, a team that has already knocked out an English club this year. But I didn't think we'd beat Dortmund. And I think Graham Potter's job was probably saved by that Dortmund result. Therefore, he should be looking at this result, this opportunity, He should be looking at this opportunity of a result and embracing it. This could be the landmark, the seminal moment in the Graham Potter era. You did incredibly well to dismantle Borussia Dortmund. Remember, Dortmund came into that fixture 10 in a row. We launched them out of Europe. If we can now knock out Real Madrid, this could kickstart his reign as Chelsea manager. All of a sudden, any doubters would have to swallow it. All of a sudden, the people being snide and the people being quite sneery from outside would suddenly have to go, hang on a minute. He did what? To Real Madrid? To Carlo Ancelotti? To Karim Benzema? Okay. Suddenly, you have to look at him in a different way. So, he needs to look at this through the lens of opportunity. It's a huge competition. This competition just fills me with a buzz. It's amazing, isn't it? It's so exciting. And I tell you what, I cannot believe how exciting some of these draws are. There is a custody battle going on between Manchester City and Bayern Munich. They're playing each other, and the winner gets Cancelo, I heard. It's nothing to do with proceeding in Europe. The winner gets Cancelo. So it's going to be very interesting to see how that one goes. And then Chelsea or Real Madrid will play the winners of Manchester City and Bayern Munich. So the team that I wanted to avoid, the 2 teams that I wanted to avoid, Man City and Real Madrid, are most likely Chelsea's next 2 opponents. Don't get me wrong, I think Real Madrid are favourites to go through, but I think Chelsea can do it. Chelsea have a very proud record against Real Madrid, and we have actually only lost 1 of our 7 games against Real Madrid in European competition. 1971, we beat them in Athens to lift European silverware, way before Liverpool had won any trophies in Europe. Chelsea beat Real Madrid in Athens. When I was a kid, Gus Poyet scoring in the Super Cup, we beat them in Monaco. We beat them fairly recently in the Bernabeu. It didn't amount to proceeding, but we still beat them. We are capable of beating them. And remember, we knocked them out of Europe on our way to winning in Portugal as well. So we are capable. But yes, it's going to be difficult. Manchester City can't be happy with their draw. They won't like the side of the draw that they're on, but I'm certainly sure that they wouldn't want to face Bayern Munich. Munich are an incredible team with real prestige in this competition. They are real European heavyweights, which is what Manchester City are not. Manchester City are insignificant in this competition, and it's very important to keep reminding them about that fact. There are levels to this game, and Manchester City are basement level when it comes to European conversations. They've been in a final. Put that in the trophy cabinet, eh? And they got done. Well and truly done by Mount and Havertz. So, I think that Bayern Munich will have the aura and the prestige and the history to eliminate Manchester City. And I hope they do. I really hope they do. I've got this weird thing about Man City. I kind of want them to win the league, but I desperately don't want them to win in Europe because I know how much it means to them. The other side of the draw is incredibly fascinating. A really, really exciting part of that draw. Napoli are playing AC Milan, an all Serie A encounter. That is going to be spectacular, isn't it? Benfica will play Inter Milan. That could actually be like the best footballing spectacle in terms of the football that will be played. Napoli versus Benfica will be an incredible game, a game that I am really looking forward to watching. So it's very, very exciting. But what we're going to have is we're going to have an Italian or a Portuguese side in this year's final. That's amazing, isn't it? I mean, it's looking that way anyway. So, in fact, it's definitely looking that way. That is what's going to happen. But yeah, it's going to be incredible. I cannot wait for it. It's just it's just the worst draw possible. When I was watching the draw, I was live on Twitch, right? I was just saying, swerve, swerve, swerve when I saw Real Madrid's name come out. Just swerve. This is the only one to swerve. And they got us. Gutted, but if you're going to win it, you're going to have to beat them at some point. So, Istanbul, we are coming. Thank you for watching the video. Let me know who you think will win the Champions League in the comment section below. And if you are new around here, please consider clicking that subscriber button. See you all in a bit. Cheers.